G'day people, I'm Sharon, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about making tubes of fabric. There are a few different ways you can do it and some are easier than others. Maybe you want to make the tubes to do fine shoulder straps on a dress or make a little handle, or perhaps you want to make strips of tubes and weave them together. There are lots of reasons you might want to make tubes. I'm going to be doing it on my overlocker. If you're doing these sorts of things on your sewing machine, do make sure that the ends are properly tied off, because as you're turning things in the right way, if they're not tied off properly, they will undo. Just sewing two pieces of fabric together down either side will give you a tube. In fact, you could do it with one piece of fabric and fold it over and just sew down one side. The trouble comes when you try to turn it in the right way. And there's my tube, but pulling it through is not very easy. And after I've got it turned through, I now need to fold the ends in . Which is probably going to be not easy to do around the seams. This one doesn't want to go, doesn't want to play the game. And that's where you have the real problem, is these bits not wanting to play that game. Surely there has to be easier ways to turn it in the right way than that. And indeed there are. The next one I'm going to show you does not require any additional tools. Just your sewing machine or overlocker and the fabric. To start, I'm going to sew a long chain, which is longer than the fabric I want to make into a tube. In this case, I'm going to fold top down, making sure that I haven't made the inside bit not meet the outside bit. And at the bottom, I'm going to fold it up. I can take that long chain now and feed it into the middle. And as long as I make sure I don't catch that anywhere when I'm sewing the second side, I am just going to sew the second side. Here's my piece, with the chain going in that end and coming out this end. First, open out each end. There's the chain going into the tube, and here it is coming out the other end. What I need to do is probably give it a little bit of help at the start, and then just pull it through. And it's just a matter of flattening it out and pressing it. It's a bit harder when you're trying to do a really narrow tube. Folding the ends over as you sew the tube means that they're folded in when you turn it the right way out. But is there another way to turn your tubes more easily if you've got a lot of them to do? Here is a tube that I haven't left a long length to go through. I'm going to open each end and fold back those pieces. And now I'm going to use a tool called a Fasturn. It's got a wire inside it that has a hook on the end. I put the tube inside my tube. I put the wire inside the metal tube. When I've got the twirly bit through the end, I need to come and poke that through the fabric. I can find it. And turn it around a couple bits so that the twirly part is through, and then I can pull it back, and you can see it straight away pulling into the tube. So I give it a bit of a push there to help it get started, and now I come down to the other end, and there it is, already done. And I then need to just unwind from this end. Pull through very easily. If you need to do a lot of tube turning, I can heartily recommend the Fasturn set. It really does work well. I once had to turn about 40 headbands through for a bunch of children in an aerobics competition, and that was an absolute lifesaver. They also work really well if you're doing fine tubes, so I can heartily recommend them. Hope you've learned something this week, and I'll see you next time.